Hey, what's going on, guys? Brandon here with Texas Plinking with a new arrival. A gun that's kind of been hitting the YouTube scene pretty abruptly lately because Springfield Armory has done an interesting one for the launch on this one, something I haven't seen quite yet, but I'm very happy to be a part of it. With that said, we are talking about the Springfield Armory Hellcat. Full disclosure, this whole package, everything in here, I'm very grateful that I received it for free. So I'm not going to let that get in the way of this review. I don't even know how much of a review this will be. I really just want to plink around, as the name of the channel will suggest. But this is a cool little package that I had put together for what they had called influencers. I don't know if I qualify for that. In fact, I'm not really sure how I got this, but let's go ahead and crack it open. I don't normally do unboxings, but this one was presented pretty cool. So we open it up here, and so we have our instruction manual here. It was pretty cool. They personalized it, presented it to Texas Plinking. Really, really cool. It just makes me really happy to be part of this launch. Put my name on here and everything, but I already flipped through this. Pretty darn cool. What else? This one here is the OSP, which is the optical sight pistol. So it comes with a red dot, although the OSP for $600 doesn't come with it, but it is cut for it. For $30 less, you could get just the traditional Hellcat. If you had a traditional gun, though, and got it milled out and cut out for a red dot, a gunsmith would probably charge like $150. It's a $30 premium if you just do it this way. But as it goes, this package, they did include the Shield red dot sight for me, so I'm going to see what that's all about. The RMSC 4 MOA reflex sight. Got to talk on that a little bit too. I already have a couple impressions. They've got this holster that they had included. Really, really nice as well. Haven't carried this gun yet because I've been waiting for this video for the unboxing and all that good stuff. Already loaded the mag. Now this is the claim to fame with this gun. In the development of this gun, they were developing it for upwards of 2 years or so. It actually started with the mag. Everyone's biggest complaint with carry guns were always that the capacity was too low. And so they started with the mag. That has an 11 round mag, 11 plus 1, and then a 13 plus 1. So with one in the chamber, you have 14 rounds in a very condensed pistol, which I'll show you. But I already loaded that up with 13 rounds in there. We have got a cleaning kit, yada yada, the little lock for legal reasons. And then in this package, they also included this safe. Excuse my dyslexic self for mispronouncing it, but I think it's the Vaultec safe. Pretty cool. You can run it with no batteries, but once you put a 9-volt in there, you can punch in your own code and open it up. I think from a quick search I did, they're about 99 bucks. Cool thing is they pre-cut the foam on this one for this one with the RMSC red dot sight, so that's pretty cool. We'll take this out. This, like I said, has the 11 round mag loaded, not one in the chamber as of right now. You can see this red O-ring kind of thing. Keeps it waterproof, dustproof, shockproof, dropproof, all that good stuff. Most stuff on this channel is, you know, all about plinking and just recreational shooting. And I don't get too analytical. I don't really talk about the purpose of hunting, self-protection, whatever. It's mostly just for fun. This one does have a direct purpose, and that is to defend yourself in a case scenario. It's supposed to be, you know, concealed. So we'll get to it. We'll talk about it seriously. But in the meantime, let's shoot some fruit. All right, I'm running the 11 round mag. So let's see, running the red dot as well. These are full metal jackets, so I might have to adjust the pumpkin later with some hollow points, but let's see. Very nice. Smells like fruity now. I didn't bring any other, you know, concealed carry guns to compare it with, but it is a very good size because outright just tiny guns are great for concealment, but just feel terrible in the hands, in my opinion. Ruger, LCP, stuff of the like, just doesn't feel good at all. With the 13 plus 1, you get this nice little extension right here, which just feels right, and it just feels like a big little gun, which is just nice. Easy to conceal when I was just messing with it, but I haven't brought it out in the real world concealing it just yet, like I had said. But the grip and everything feels really nice. So speaking of that, Springfield did put a lot of attention into the grip texturing. It almost feels soft like felt, and then as soon as you grip it, it activates this like different layer, microscopic. You could see what they had done with like the different layers and crevices to make that. A lot of talking just about the grip texturing, but I do have to say it is very nice. And just the ergonomics, where my index finger wants to rest when I'm having my trigger or my finger off the trigger, they have a nice little divot right here with that texturing. their ergonomics just feel right. For a little gun, I was really surprised. This trigger, usually, actually I'll talk about the safety. First off, they have a nice beaver tail here with no safety, unlike most of the Springfields. Now they have the safety integrated in the trigger, so it's a double trigger thing that has to be activated to then shoot. Nothing terribly new. As it goes though, this is a striker fire gun. When it's striker fire, all the mechanism of the trigger and it going off is here. Usually that results in a very crunchy trigger, and I'm just not a fan of it. Shooting this, I just shot my second mag through it on camera just then, but before then I even got my impressions that it's actually very, very clean. I didn't expect that. I don't know exactly the voodoo magic they did to pull it off. The reset's nice. Overall, very clean, very tactile. I like it. So again, it's got this concealability, but enough of it that feels full size as far as just the cleanliness of it. Before we get to the shield sight, it has a night sight with the nice glow around the front, and then this nice U cut out here. The shield can be run, actually the red dot can be run looking through the iron sights with a nice cutout, so that was really well thought. I'll get some B-roll later to show you guys, but really, really cool. As far as this red dot, this is just kind of where it gets opinionated real quick. So on a gun like the M17 from Sig Sauer, I didn't like that gun too much with the iron sights. Once I put the Leupold Delta Point, I loved it. In the case of this one, right away with the red dot, I might have to do some fine tuning because I haven't adjusted it yet. It seems to be pretty cool. But in the case of a concealed gun, I don't know, maybe I'll try taking it off and just running iron sights later. I'm not too sure, but as it goes, it's nice. And when I first saw this red dot on this, I thought, well, that's kind of weird. It's a concealed carry gun with a red dot. Do I have to turn it on? And the case is actually not that. This is always on. It takes a battery from the bottom. You have to take it off to replace it. But you only have to do that about once every 2 to 3 years. And it's just always on. And it adjusts the brightness according to the ambient light. So it's smart. So you could always have it holstered, aim it, and it's always on, ready to go for 2 to 3 years. You might want to be conservative and change the battery every 1.5 years or so. But that seems to be the case there. So I like that. If I'm going to run a red dot on a concealed carry practical pistol, that's the way to do it in my opinion. But let's keep running it and see what happens. As I come up with things to say, I'll mention it, but that's kind of the quick and dirty of it. Pricing, like I said, $5.99 for this model. Save $30 if you know for a fact you don't want a red dot at all, or the option to later. You can save 30 bucks. Let's just go from here. This is about maybe 20 yards, 15 to 20 yards with the red dot on. I'm just going to hit the silhouette targets here, at least attempt to. Oh, come on, man. Looks like it's pushing just a little to the right, so if I want to take the time with this red dot, I'll make the adjustment. Very nice. It's locking back every time. That last bit with the hollow points were good ammo. The other ones on Full Metal Jacket were like really cheap brass cased ammo, and it's just running through all of it and locking back pretty darn nice. Tell you what, I'm going to load up some more and try to ignore the red dot and just go for the irons and see how my impressions are with that. But let's keep it running. Have to end it on a hit, man. There we go. All right, well, tell you what, I think my time's just about done with this thing. I like it. It'll certainly be featured in videos in the future here, especially once I get some more, reportings on it, on how I like it for concealing myself. As it goes, I'm just not a big fan of concealing small guns because just the way they feel. Like, I just can't get enthusiastic about shooting and practicing with them because I just don't like them. My honest opinion with this is it's just running different to anything I've had before. Prior to this, I think my favorite concealed gun for not feeling too concealed is probably like a SIG, not a P365, which is mostly going to be compared with, but instead a P938 with the side safety and everything like that. This doesn't have a side safety, so it's really simplistic. It runs, in that case, kind of like a Glock or the 365. But I don't know. It's really, really cool. Just a few mags into it, and I really, really like it. As it goes for me, I have a pretty slow learning curve, so I need some more time with it, but I'm better with it than I was my first time shooting those other smaller guns for sure, and it's just pretty darn neat. Ergonomics, everything about it, I'm really liking it. I think I'm only going to grow to like it more and more as it goes, but this is certainly one that I'm going to have to give you guys a round 2 of when I get more impressions behind it, but as it goes, pretty darn cool. So anyway, that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.